This is the Brandon D. Campbell podcast, where business and mindfulness meet to build a better leader in you. Here's your host, entrepreneur, mentor, and author, Brandon D. Campbell.
What are you afraid of? No, seriously. What are you afraid of? Are we really afraid of failure? Or are we really just afraid of the judgment that may come from the perceived failure? I want to share with you a theory that was transformational for me in my journey as an entrepreneur, as an author, and as a father. And that theory is the spotlight effect. And the spotlight effect essentially states that we as human beings, due to our own egos, overestimate that people are paying more attention to us, watching us, what we wear, how we speak, our successes, our failures, more than they really are. And I recall going through this journey of self-discovery and doing a lot of introspective work on myself and really asking myself, Brandon, who are you becoming? Who do you want to be? And it was at a time I was at my lowest point. I lost my job, have a family to take care of, and I had a lot of shame. I had a lot of disappointment. I had a lot of self-doubt. I wrote this book at the time. I wrote Oh Brother, My Brother, wrote the manuscript, and I was shopping it around to agents, and I'm getting so many no's. And at the same time, I'm applying for jobs, and I'm getting no's there as well, too. And when I was doing this work, I stumbled upon the theory, the spotlight effect. I followed the Curiosity Chronicles by Sahil Bloom, the author of The 5 Types of Wealth. And it was introduced to me, the spotlight effect, and I just wanted to just share it with you. And so the backstory is that researchers at Cornell University, they conducted a study, and in the study, they took students and they put them on these T-shirts, and the T-shirts, one T-shirt was of this weird, crazy looking character or image on it. Then they took another group of students and they put them on this dazzling T-shirt that looked very nice, and they asked the students to estimate the number of their peers who will actually remember what they wore. And so, of course, the students, they estimated that well over 50, 60, 75% of their peers are going to remember what they were. But in the end, the research came back that it was well under like 20% of the students actually even remembered what they had on, or even saw them. And so it was a moment of understanding the spotlight effect that made me go to myself, what's holding me back is really my own fear of judgment. And what would I do if I could block out the noise? What would I do if I didn't care what my peers would think? Or what would I do if I was my 15-year-old self? And that is, start the business, Brandon. Don't worry about the titles and where you came from and all your successes. Being in the newspaper, being in the magazines, things like that. That doesn't matter anymore. Your failures doesn't matter anymore. Start the business. And you know what I did? I put my head down and I told myself then that I am going to release this book. Whether I get an agent or I find a publisher, I'm going to release this book. And when I made that decision, the weight of the world, in a sense, was lifted off my shoulders. And I just allow things to be. Continue to do the work, but allow things to be. And this spotlight effect is something that I want to just share with you, because I share it with my daughters to this day. You know, when they are feeling some kind of way, or they're worried about their friends, or maybe what their hair may look like, or what they're wearing. And even as a parent, I have to remind myself as well that people really aren't caring about you or paying attention to you as much as you may think, or to your kids. We got our own kids. They got their own kids, right? And people are worried about themselves more than anything. We live in a very egocentric world. That's what we care about, ourselves. And so go out and be who you want to be, because ain't nobody really messing about you. Like the movie The Temptations say, didn't nobody come to see you, Otis. Guess what? Didn't nobody come to see you, because all they see is themselves. So put all the failures behind you, even your successes, your wins, because you may care, but not everybody's caring the way that you're going to care about yourself. So put self-care first and love yourself, but keep your humility, because in the end, none of this all matters anyway. And so that is why I created the book, Oh Brother, My Brother, through this type of experience that I was having at the time, because I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write a book, and I wanted to create stories that little black boys like myself, who grew up in a single parent household, blended family, who had questions about their own identity, who had struggles and challenges growing up, whether it was poverty, insecurities. I experienced those things, and I wanted to share a story that resonated, that was inspiring. And here I am today, living my best life, the best life that I can have. And so I encourage you to do the same. And while you're at it, come out, check me out at the Arkansas Authors Children Book Festival tomorrow, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UCA. I'm going to be sharing my journey. I'm going to have some special items at my booth as well too. I'm going to be signing copies of my book, Oh Brother, My Brother. Come out, free family fun. And if you're a parent, you know what that's like when you find it. So come out, hang out with us. And also on the 25th of this month, I will be participating in the Rock Cities Book Festival. It's a promotion across the city of Little Rock that is focused on promoting independent bookstores. And so come out, support. I'm going to be sharing my social and emotional literacy experience. And so you want to come out and get this experience, because it's going to help bring you and your children closer together in ways that you never thought that you could. So thank you very much. Tune in next time, BrandonDCampbell.com.